Hello everyone, this is Jeff Little, and I'm going to talk about Master Wrapper, in particular the Pro version that comes with Master Packager, and we'll talk about templates, snippets, and a little bit about IntelliSense and how to use these things and customize them. So first thing to do is open up Master Wrapper, and you can see up here it does say Professional. So snippets and templates comes with the new Pro version. So let's just open up this dialog where you can actually choose your template. So included at this version is 4.0.4 of the app deploy toolkit and then v3 of the app deploy toolkit. So you have those two to choose from. If you wanted more, we can add them. So let's add, I downloaded 4.0.5 of the app deploy toolkit. So let's add it. Let's go down here to the left where it says templates, and you would click add new template. Okay, so I didn't open up an existing project or template. I want to just add it from this template that's built in. So we'll just go add existing template. Template identifier, we'll go ADT v 4.0.5. Okay, location, and I'm going to leave it in this location for now because it's just a test. So you may want to put this in a different location. But I downloaded the current app deploy toolkit and called it 4.05. So let's dig into it, select folder, and I want to make this default. So click save after you click the on button for default. It's there, so we click add at the very bottom right. And now you can see ADT v4.05, that is default. So let's go to new, and we'll go to script editor. You can see deploy app script version is 4.05, so it's all good to go. So go back, and let's get back into templates. So you can add as many templates as you need, and you can choose the default for each one. So let's click that one. And if you're working in 3, of course, you would just choose 3. And it even shows you, let me go back. If you click this arrow, let's say next to the 4, the 4.04, click the arrow to the right, and it shows you it can't be modified, first of all, and where the actual template is. So program files x86, master packager, LTD, master packager again, when UI apps, and then toolkit v4. So click cancel. Let me come back out and show you once you set it what it's going to look like. Okay, let's open 4.4. Then we'll dig into templates again. So we'll go back and make this 4 default. I'm going to go out, come back in. And you can see 4.0.5 is a default. So that's good to go. I think we'll go on to snippets next. We'll be right back. Okay, now we'll get into snippets. So let's open up Master Wrapper. just choose one of the templates, and I'll choose this one, for example, and go to Script Explorer, top right. You'll see no snippets are added yet. You do have built-in snippets, and we'll talk about those a little bit later, but the custom snippets are what we're concerned about today. Before I get into it, let me just go over what a snippet is. It's just a reusable code. So if you have a couple lines of code that you may use different parts of the script, or just maybe it's complex code, more than a couple lines, you can pop that into a custom snippet, save it, and then jump into your script editor, and you could add snippet into the script, different spots. So anyway, I have a couple example snippets. The one thing about snippets you do have to know is that you have to escape characters, and the two characters that need to be escaped are the $, and you also need to escape the backslash. And let me find a good example of that. Okay, this spot of code here has a backslash, so I would need to use an escape character, and it also has a $, a couple of them. So you would have to escape the $signs. So the escape character in master wrapper snippets is going to be the backslash. So that presents us with a little bit of fun trying to figure out, well, if we put a backslash in front of the $, and we do it manually, no big deal. We'll just add another backslash here. I like to use Notepad++ to do everything. So what I'm going to do, instead of adding the backslash to the $sign first, we'll do that one second. And we'll do the actual backslash first, because I don't want to be looking for a backslash if I already added it. I want to be looking just for the two characters that I have in the code. So let's go to search, replace, and again we're in Notepad++, and I'm going to look for the backslashes in my script, and then I'm going to replace it with two backslashes. So basically it's just putting a backslash in front of each backslash. So we'll hit replace all. It's done 4 occurrences. So you can see DR files, and you've got a couple backslashes in between them. Once you paste this into the snippet editor, you save it, and then you go into your code, and with IntelliSense you can start typing, and this snippet will pop up depending on what you name it. So we'll just go through that. Let's see, do a replace, and we'll worry about the $sign. So let me do find what, and we'll do $. And then we want to do an escape character, which is a backslash, and then put our $sign. So I'm replacing every $sign with a backslash $sign. So we'll do replace all. It did 17 occurrences, so it found 17 $signs. You can see here DR files, the $sign, and there's a backslash in front of it. So in front of this $sign for the exe name, you have a backslash. Let's paste this code in. I'm copying it because I've already edited every bit of the code through the, you go to search and replace. So to get to the Snippet Explorer or editor, you would go to Script Explorer at the very top right, and you'll see create snippet. So we don't have snippets yet, so we'll create one. I'm going to paste this code in at the bottom, and you can probably see a little bit more clearly here. I've got a backslash in front of the $sign dir files. Then I've got a backslash in front of the exe name, the $sign, and I've got a backslash in front of the backslash that was in the original script. So it looks a little strange, just like you see 3 backslashes in a row here, 1 backslash here. So we need to name it, and this is an exe piece of code. So I know what it means, so I'm just going to type exe code, Copy it. That's for the name. And this one is what you want to name it to be triggered in IntelliSense, which when you start typing something, IntelliSense kicks in and goes, hey, I think I know what you're typing. So I'm going to type in my initials and then exe code. In description, I'll just do exe code again. So for this prefix, just to think about it, if you have a certain app like Google Chrome and you have a lot of complex snippets that you want to add in, and an example of that would be, let's say you just want to test the basic install, uninstall, and make sure it works, and then you want to come back after that happens, you want to do some editing. And so if your snippet code needs to be dropped in, you could name this your company name, say your initials of the if as a user, or your company name, and then Google or Google Chrome. And in that case, if Google Chrome needed something in the pre-install, post-install, pre-uninstall, etc., you could even use that as a name in the name or the description. So anyway, you can play around with this and try to figure out what makes sense for you as far as organizing your code. So I'm going with this. We'll hit save. And let's do another one. So let's get back to Notepad. And I've got one called custom to var. And let's see what this one does, just for fun. Oh, it's an app check. So this one, if you run this from a command line, so if you do the, deploy application, the exe, and you put a command in called app check, so you do custom var and it's app check. If it sees it, this is just for background. It will run this code, and I don't need this in every package, so this would be great to put in as a snippet. So when I do think that I might need this, this is what I can use. So we've got all this as raw code. Let's do the search. I know there's not any backslashes in it, so we'll just do the search for $signs. So let me type in $sign on the find what, and the replace with is \$. Replace all. You can see it added backslashes to all the $signs. So let's copy this. Go back to Script Explorer. Paste in the code here at the bottom where you see code. And this one is custom var, so I'm just going to give that the name of it. var2. Prefix, I'll go with JL again. Shortening it. Copy this for the name and use it for the description. You could get longer on the description. Let's see. App check to exit script if app, let's see, current version of app is found. And just for fun, I'll show you the end of it here. Let's see, exit script with a 0 if it finds it. So hit save. So I've got 2 snippets. Let's close the snippet down. Come on. We'll go to pre-install for the app check, just see what that looks like. So I'm going to give me some space where you can see it. And let's just start typing JL. And you'll see I've got custom var, and we've got exe code, arrow down to the exe code. Actually, let's do custom var here, that's fine. And you can see to the right that it gives you the script. You can see what you're pasting in. I can close it. Or not pasting in, you're IntelliSense is seeing this as a snippet. So if you hold your mouse near this arrow and it says read more, you can click on it and then you can see your script before you actually pop it in, just to double check that I'm getting the right script. So let me hit tab. So all of this is done from the snippet. And let's look through it real quick. You can see the $ data. It looks good. $ app version. So all the backslashes were taken away, even this one, right log. Let's go look at the right, let's see, the right log. It's this line here. So I have a \$ enclosed with parentheses, \$ So it looks a little strange in the converted code, and then it looks normal again when you go in and use the snippet to get it in here. And you can see that it's all looking good. So let's delete that. Now you save it, of course, if you need to. But I'm just going to go back into IntelliSense here. I'm in 4 of the ADT. So let's type git installed application, and it shouldn't find it because this is v4. So let's go back and do git ADT application, and you can see that it found it here. And let's do it again. You can see all the interesting details here. Git ADT application. Then you've got an explanation where it says git ADT application, filter, name. You get some basic details over here. So anyway, it actually knows which script you're in, if you're in a v4 or v3 script, which is very, very nice. And let's go back to Script Explorer. And you can see the custom snippets here. I've got a path where the snippets are kept. Let me pop that onto the screen so you can see it. So it's C user's username variable, so it'd be your username there. Then app data, then roaming master packager, and then it's going to be psadt.code-snippets. That'll be the file that you can share with your coworkers, and they'll have the snippets if they need your snippets or you want to share them. That's a good place to do it. Let's see. Let me hit cancel. Just get out of there. Let's see. Create snippets. I'll show you another little setting, and you go down to settings, snippet location. It basically tells you here where your location is. So if you forget, just go down to settings and scroll all the way down in settings, and you'll see general, script editor, and user snippet location. Enable, okay, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, we'll edit it. And you could put this in another location and choose that to be your snippet editor. So if I would go into, let's say someone wanted to use my snippet, they could put it into a location between where two texts could actually get to, and they could actually choose that snippet file, and then their snippets would show up when they come into custom snippets, assuming they didn't have any, for example. Now, built-in snippets. You can go through these. I'm not going to go into detail about these built-in snippets, but you do have custom block, comment. Let's look at that just for fun and show you how it's used. So we'll go back to script editor, and let's type in just block and see what happens. Block comment, hit tab, and you can see it put in these 3 lines here, and you can just start typing in a comment. So you could type in a long, nice comment here. In fact, you could take a whole block of code, copy and paste, or cut it and put it into this one and the whole thing. Let's do that for fun. Let me get down here real quick. We'll do our snippet, JL, custom var2. We'll grab all of this code for example. We'll cut it. Let me put one here. We'll do that block comment. And then I think at this point I can just paste in my code, and all of my code is now block commented, and that's great. So if you need to do something like that, you can do that, or you can do just a comment. It's fine.